Good evening and welcome to the start of another weekly reading vlog. Now this one might be a little bit different because I am back in the office and I have to travel, which does mean lots of reading time but also lots of travel time. So last night I did start and finish Catwoman, Soulstealer by Sarah J Maas. I haven't run it through Copilot yet, but let me get my shoes off and we'll have a talk about it. So it is an origin story for Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. In this one she is approached by the Al Ghuls. If you've seen the Batman films, you'll know that Ra's al Ghul is the leader of the League of Shadows, and it goes from there. But basically, in Soulstealer, Selina is recruited by one of Ra's al Ghul's daughters and is trained in the League of Shadows. That bit is told through flashback episodes, and we learn through there. And I'm probably, like I say, I haven't run it through Copilot yet, but I'll probably give it about a 4-star. Sarah J Maas is still a favourite of mine, and I did really enjoy where this one ended up. But it's just another superhero. Well, Catwoman's kind of an anti-hero, but it's another origin story, and I don't know how I feel about those as a whole. So that's that one. Then I did start Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. This follows Anne Salter, who was raised as a proper young lady, and no lady would willingly visit New Orleans, the so-called City of Sin, which gives me New Orleans mixed with Moulin Rouge vibes. But when her mother goes missing, Anne must flee for finishing school and her reputation, which in this world is very important. She must leave that behind to follow her mother's trail to the city where no one survives uncorrupted. And Anne only has one lead, the name Levi Glacier. Levi is not the gentleman she expected. He's a street lord and con man, running a rapidly unravelling investment scheme. So Anne's offer to pay him could be the solution to all his problems. Anne unearths an impossible secret about her past. Levi's enemies catch up to them, ensnaring them in a vicious execution game where the players always lose. So to save him, Anne must surrender herself to the city, and she'll need to play the game. So I am only a couple of chapters in. This doesn't really have chapter numbers, but it is told in alternative perspective between Anne and Levi. And I am on page 91. I had started another chapter, but then it was time for me to get off the bus. So I'm on page 91 and I am enjoying it so far. I am liking the dynamics between Anne and Levi, and I am enjoying the world. I don't think it's too early for me to say rating, but it is. I am enjoying it, so I think I'm going to stop talking and just. I do need to make my bed before I go sleep, because I've got quilt here, and then weighted blanket and cushions, and probably the rest of my blankets on the floor. So we'll do that, and it might wake me up because it is too early to go to sleep. Yeah, that's it for this update. I'll run Catwoman through Copilot and just tell you on the next update what it gets rated as, or just leave it for the wrap up. So that's it for now. Okay, so it is Wednesday, I promise. I have moved out of this bedroom for at least 2 days. I went to work. And last night, so Tuesday night, Tuesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday today, I'm losing track of days here. Yeah, it was Tuesday yesterday. And I finished Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it, so it got 4 stars. It's a very interesting world where these volts, which I think are like electric currents, are used as currency. Oh, excuse me. And N is searching for her mother Lourdes in the New Range, which gives me New Orleans, old-timey Vegas, plus Moulin Rouge vibes. I don't know why, but it just gives that kind of feel. And she's looking for her mother in what's described as the City of Sin, and the only person who can help her is a con man or king street lord called Levi Glacier. And they team up, try to find N's mother, and it goes from there. What starts as a working relationship, it does blossom into a friendship, maybe something more, and I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. Then this morning, well, I picked this out last night, but started it this morning on the train. I started Caught in the Revolution by Helen Rappaport. Basically, this is the story of Petrograd in 1917 during the First World War. Petrograd is in Russia, and at the moment I'm on page 32, which most of what I've read so far was the prologue, which just sort of sets up the scene, the atmosphere of Russia pre when they joined the war. But it is between the First Revolution in February 1917 and Lenin's Bolshevik coup in October. Petrograd, the former St. Petersburg, was in turmoil. Foreign visitors who filled hotels, bars and embassies were acutely aware of the chaos breaking out on their doorsteps. Among them were journalists, diplomats, businessmen, governesses and volunteer nurses. Many kept diaries and wrote letters home, from an English nurse who had already survived the sinking of the Titanic, to the Black Valet of the US ambassador far from his native deep south, to suffragette leader Emmeline Pankhurst, who had come to Petrograd to inspect the indomitable Women's Death Battalion led by Maria Bokhareva. I probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. But drawing upon a rich trove of material including eyewitness accounts left by foreign nationals who saw the drama unfold, Helen Rappaport takes us right up to the action to see, feel and hear the revolution as it happened. So, as I say, at the moment I'm on page 32, which is which is the start of part 1, which is talking about the February Revolution. So at the moment we are just learning about the, excuse me, my nose is running, learning about the conditions that these journalists are finding themselves in. At the moment it is still very tense build up, and then on the way home, because I had to get some dinner for Friday and Monday, because I'm going to be at Jones at the weekend, so I have to prepare. I did call into Tesco. I also picked up deodorant, but you don't need to see that. And I picked up 2 books. This book buying ban doesn't take effect until next week, because I've already broke it like 3 times. So I picked up The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yes, I know I am extremely late to the party, but they're not my normal genre, so I have to be in the mood to pick it up. So, reclusive Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant to write her story, No one is more astounded than Monique herself. From making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to leaving show business in the 80s, and of course the 7 husbands along the way, Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and a great forbidden love. But as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's in tragic and irreversible ways. So, I've been hearing, at the moment, the hype around Taylor Jenkins Reid is for Malibu Rising, which I think is about the lives of the lives of the kids of this famous musician who was mentioned in Daisy Jones and the Six. And from what I understand, Daisy Jones and the Six is a celebration of music in the 70s and 80s. But this is based on old Hollywood, which old Hollywood to me always seems very glamorous, very romanticised, and I don't think it would actually be that. I think there's a dark underside to Hollywood that we're only just now seeing in the modern day. That has always been there. I think it has two sides to it, the public and the private image. And we all know the public image is always shiny and new and enticing, whereas the private image is a little bit darker, a little bit more around the edges. Then the other book I picked up was The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper. And admittedly this is a cover by, but it's Greek or Roman, I think. Pompeii. So, I was close. So Amara was once a beloved daughter until her father's death plunged her family into penury. And now she is owned by a man she despises and lives as a slave in Pompey's infamous brothel. Her only value, the desire she can stir in others. But Amara's spirit is far from broken. Sharp, resourceful, and surrounded by women whose humour and dreams she shares, Amara comes to realise that everything in this city has its price. But how much will her freedom cost? The Wolf Den is the first in a trilogy of novels reimagining the lives of women in Pompey's Lupina. My Geordie accent doesn't like that word. So, I am putting myself on a book by man starting in October. Watch a space and then watch the 1st of October be like, I bought more books, ha ha ha. Anywho, I'm going to stop ranting. I don't regret these. Honestly, I don't regret it at all. So I think that's it for this update. I'm just going to read for the rest of the night. Tomorrow I will have to actually film the moves for TBR, Game of TBR, so I can edit that and hopefully get it up by Friday. It might be a little bit later than normal, but it'll be up at some point on Friday, I promise. So, see you soon. Okay, so I have an apology to make to you guys. This vlog is going to be so short and probably very random, but it is Saturday morning. I have just filmed the very quick replacement TBR video, and I have up. I explain why this video is a little bit late in the vlog, in the video itself, and it's just going up to date as I'm filming it, and hopefully you guys like it. But I finished Caught in a Revolution last night. I gave it 3 stars. Now, I find it hard to read non-fiction because these are real people. This is their story, and Caught in a Revolution is what it is. It's the story of 3 main revolutions that happened in Russia, in St. Petersburg particularly, which was also called Petrograd at one time, and I gave it 3 stars. It was informative, it was interesting. The writing was a little bit dry, but that could just be because I'm primarily a fiction reader, as you can see. And I'm used to having a storyline that isn't particularly bogged down with facts and figures. It's more, the reading that I do is more emotionally based, I would say, because we care about these characters and their journey. But with Caught in a Revolution, that wasn't particularly there for me, but that's probably because it's non-fiction. It's not there to tell the story, it's not there to entertain, it's there to inform. So it's just getting a 3-star because I finished it. It wasn't particularly enjoyable, but I think that's more on me than the book, because Russia isn't one of those things that I am interested in, whereas Troy, which is right here, and Heroes and Mythos, I rated them all 5 stars because the Greeks is a subject that I am interested in anyway. So that's my I'm not a 3-star in a while, I don't think. But that's what you get for reading non-fiction on subjects you're not really interested in the first place. So next book I want to read is The Midnight Queen by Sylvia Hunter. This is just a historical witchy book. I'll read you the synopsis, hang on. So Midnight Queen by Sylvia Hunter. We have my Fairy Loot witchy bookmark in there, so it's perfect. And yes, I did buy the whole series at once, in the works for the 3 for 5 deal. I find some really cool bargains. Anyway, Grey Marshall's Britain is a fragmented kingdom of many tongues, many gods and many magics. But all that concerns Grey right now is returning as soon as possible to his studies and setting right the nightmare that has seen him disgraced and banished to his tutor's home. Without a trace of his powers, that is when he meets the professor's daughter. Although she has no talent of her own and has been forbidden by her father to pursue it, Sophie Calendar longs for a magical education. She started a bookish rebellion in her father's library long ago, and her meeting with Grey sets up a series of events that will lead them to uncover a conspiracy at the heart of the kingdom and into the legend of the Midnight Queen who vanished without trace years before. To me, that sounds perfect. I love a bit of a magical mystery learning story. I can't get the sticker off. I'll take that off later. And I know Becca from Becca in the Books tried to read the first book at least. She didn't like it because it was historical, and that's what's making me think that sorry about the glare on my glasses there. But that's what's making me think I will like it, because I do enjoy I enjoy historical romance, and I think there's something about magic that does lend itself to a historical genre very well. So we'll just make a start on this one. I did get an email, I think it was yesterday or the day before, saying that my Illumicrate parcel was out for delivery, and I think that's coming today. So we'll probably unbox that later, as long as I'm here to unbox it, because you know, it's Saturday. I go to Sean's for the weekend, and I think that's it for this update. Sorry I've been a bit MIA, but work has been kicking my butt, in the sense that I've got to get used to long days again, and travel. But it's what it is what it is, so let's see for now. Okay, so quick update. I'm just about to start chapter 1 of Midnight Queen. So far I have met Grey, and him and his buddies seem to be involved in some sort of plot to kill the Grand High Merlin, who I'm guessing is in charge of this magic society. And it has gone a little bit wrong, and now Grey is, it sounds like for all intents and purposes, he's trapped with his tutor, Sunday, and I am just pretty much popping in to end this vlog. I've gotten to page... you think I'd have this ready? But I got to page 108 of The Midnight Queen by Sylvia Hunter, and not much more has happened than what I told you yesterday. And I also have, if you can hear people cooing in the background, next door have had puppies and we can see them. But I also popped into my favourite shop and Primark, which is why I have a random pair of Jama bottoms. I'm not going to show you the books because I'm going to be filming my haul and hopefully have that up on Friday, but these are the ones I bought. Most of them were on most of them were buy one get one half price, so that's it. And I'm just going to end this vlog here. I am enjoying this. It is a little bit slow going, and the writing is a little bit slow as well, but it's slow in the way that it is descriptive and atmospheric. So I'm just going to read this while I edit this and get it up hopefully for tomorrow for you, and start it all again with another weekly reading vlog. Next week will only be 4 days because I am going away on Friday, but more on that next time. So if you liked it, if you like this video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to see this, talk about these, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.